What's up, everybody? My name is Brad and welcome back to the channel. Today we're here to talk about a book, specifically a book review, and this will be the second book review you get from me this week, and I feel like I haven't done that in forever, it seems like. But anyway, that's all off topic. Today, like I said, we're here for a book review, and we're going to be talking about Unboxed by Briana Morgan. So before going into this book, I saw a lot of 4- and 5-star reviews from fellow reviewers. So maybe my expectations were a bit higher than they should have been otherwise. But for me, unfortunately, I didn't love this book. It was okay. It was a fine experience, just sort of middle of the road. I gave it 2 stars, and everything I disliked about it is just more subjective, my personal opinion, than anything I noticed from a technical standpoint. You know, the pacing, it was fine. I'm not sure about typos because I listened to it on audiobook. And Briana, the author, she actually sent me the audiobook code for free. She was kind enough to do that. She was giving out audiobook codes. But everything about it, it was fine. And everything I didn't like I said, is just my subjective sort of opinion, my personal likes and dislikes. So let me break the story down because it might be something that sounds interesting to you, and then I'll get into my dislikes about it. But we're following our main character. His name is Greg, and he is a paranormal vlogger. He uploads videos, makes video content, either on YouTube or Twitch. I don't think it ever really says. He does a lot of live streams. But his goal for his channel is to hit 1 million subscribers, 1 million followers, and he sort of becomes obsessed with this goal, and everything else in his life, his responsibilities, his girlfriend, I believe her name was Alice, sort of start to fall by the wayside, and he sort of gets tunnel vision, and he's obsessing over this 1 million subscriber mark. But it gets to the point where his obsessiveness over this starts to really put a strain on his relationship with his girlfriend, and they have a fight on one of his live streams, which turns out badly for him. He looks really bad in that situation, and he starts to lose a lot of subscribers, and it puts him down in the dumps. And to gain some of that momentum back, he sort of does the clickbaity thing, the hot topic type of thing. And what he does is he goes online and buys this mystery box off of the dark web, and he's going to do an unboxing video. You know, you're here on YouTube, you probably have seen an unboxing video, but this unboxing video, it's from this dark web mystery box, and any number of nefarious type things can be inside. You know, there could be a murder weapon, there could be someone's teeth, there could be a severed finger, you know, all kinds of just gnarly stuff that you'll probably get in trouble for if people realize you have this. And he goes against his girlfriend's wishes. She doesn't want him to do this. He does it anyway in an attempt to gain some of this following back, do that hot topic clickbaity thing, get an influx of subscribers and viewers in to try to get back up to that 1 million mark. So he goes online, he buys this mystery box, it comes in, he opens it, and then bad things start to happen. And I'll leave the rest of the story for you to discover for yourself. So some of my issues with the story, one of them, the main one, I think, was the format that the story is told in. This is actually a play. So I was essentially listening to someone read a script from a play. 95% of it was probably dialogue back and forth between the main characters. Some of it is sort of scene setup. It'll say, you know, this scene takes place in the bedroom. There's a desk with a computer on it. It's nighttime, that sort of stuff. So it didn't really leave any opportunity for the author to sort of do that prose magic type of thing that I've really come to like in books. You know, you'll be reading a book and you'll sit back, you know, something will just sort of stun you, and you're like, wow, that is some really, really good writing. There wasn't any opportunity for that here due to the format. It's not that the author doesn't have that talent. She just wasn't able to do it here because it's all dialogue. It's all, you know, this person said this person said this, and it just goes back and forth through the scene. Another thing was that Greg is an unlikable character. He's a bit of a douchebag, but he's meant to be an unlikable character, but he never sort of redeemed himself. There wasn't enough time to redeem himself in my eyes. So when bad things did start to happen, I wasn't connected with him. He was unlikable in my opinion, and so therefore I didn't really care when bad things started to happen to him. I wasn't invested in his well-being at all. And Alice, she was okay. She wasn't an unlikable character, but there wasn't enough there for me to really get behind her other than, you know, Greg sort of being hateful towards her. There wasn't really anything else going for her in that sense to make you like her, other than you dislike Greg, so you should like her. So when things started to happen, I wasn't invested. I didn't care if bad things were going to happen to them. And that was another downfall. Again, that might be the formatting. And another thing, this is just solely my personal opinion. I'm not a big fan, I don't think, of horror that really heavily revolves around the use of technology. And this one, Greg, he's a paranormal vlogger. He's making videos, he's doing live streams, he's behind the camera all the time. That just doesn't feel like escapism to me, because I sort of do this in real life. You know, I'm behind the camera. But also it doesn't feel as scary to me. It doesn't feel as isolated to me as sort of old school horror, you know, horror set in the 90s or whatever. You get lost out in the woods, you don't have a phone, you're isolated, you're lost, you're out there by yourself. Nowadays, you can whip out your cell phone, call somebody, do GPS, find your way out of there. You know, there's ways around that. Your cell phone battery can die, you can lose signal, but it doesn't feel the same for some reason for me. And I don't mean modern day horror in that, you know, if it's written today, I don't like it. Just more so when it heavily relies on the more technology aspect, cell phones, GPS, computers, all that kind of stuff. I just find myself not being as interested in those types of stories than stories that don't have all that technology in them, if that makes any sort of sense to you all at all. So the story had all these factors sort of working against it, and then we get to the climax, and for me it was kind of anticlimactic. I was a little disappointed with how the story wrapped up, and I think that's based on, you know, all these high star reviews that I saw, and for me it just didn't live up to that. I will say though, this is a play, and I think if I went to a theater and sat in the seat and watched the curtains open and the stage was set up with the different sets and there was props and actors and sound design and lights and whatnot, I think I would have enjoyed the experience much more in a visual medium, going to actually watch this play, than I did just listening to this visual medium play instead of going to see it play out on an actual stage. But don't let my review sway you from checking this out if you think it sounds interesting to you. This is just my subjective opinion. I didn't like it. A lot of other people have really enjoyed it. So check it out for yourself. Make your own decisions. I feel like this has been a really negative review. I don't really have anything positive to say about it, but I do want to say, I do want to give the author another shot. She has, I think it's a short story collection called The Trick-or-Treater, or The Trick-or-Treaters. It looks awesome. The cover is sweet. It's done by Keelan Patrick Burke. He knocked it out of the park. I would like to check out something by her where I do have the opportunity to see what her prose is actually like, see more about what her character development can be and her storytelling can be in a longer format than the play format that we got in this one. But thank you all for spending your time with me today. Again, my name is Brad, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.